Hi, welcome back my students. Today I'm bringing you another series of a course related to algebra. So under that as the unit 1, we are going to learn about algebra basics and notation. Alright, before moving on to our lesson, we need to get a clear idea about what we are going to learn. What will I get after this lesson? So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand what variables represent, use correct algebraic notation, and also to write algebraic expressions properly. Okay, so before we are moving on to our main lesson, we need to get a clear idea about the key vocabulary that will be much more important for the future calculations. Okay. So for that, I have given you a few keywords. So I will explain each keyword step by step. After that, we can move, right? Okay, variable. That means a letter representing a number. A letter representing a number. Letter. We can call it as X, M, or whatever. A letter, but should be representing a number so that we can call it as a variable. Term. That means a part of an expression separated by positive or negative. So here 5x plus 10y plus 2, we can introduce this as an expression. Okay, because we can see a few parts are connected using positive. Sometimes it can be negative. So these parts, these small parts, are actually can be called as terms. Okay, these separated parts can be called as terms. Well done. Now, coefficient. That means the number in front of a variable. Hmm, the number in front of a variable. Actually, what does it mean by the variable? Yeah, a letter representing a number. In this example, x is actually the variable because it is a letter representing a number. Then the number in front of a variable is going to be the coefficient. If so, in this scenario, 6 is going to be the coefficient. 6 is going to be the coefficient. Well done. Expression. A combination of numbers and letters. So, as I told you earlier, 5x plus 10y plus 2 can be named as an expression. Equation. An expression with an equal sign. So, if you have like an expression with an equal sign, that's definitely going to be an equation. X plus 2y equals to 9 is an example for an equation. Okay, worked example. So in under that, I'm going to use examples. So each example, I will explain how to do them. Okay, so a times b and 3 times y. I will take the first example. A multiplied by b. So when it comes to algebraic notation, we can write it like a multiplied by b. There should be a standard format. So that's why they have given us a hint. Multiplication is written without the multiplication sign. Therefore, this is not correct. So the answer is going to be AB if you are going to write it using the algebraic notation format. 3 times y. Then what would be the answer? Yeah, you are so close. Well done. It's 3 times y. Why? Yeah, it's about multiplication. So you are going to remove the multiplication sign. Well done. You did a great job. Okay, example 2. It's about repeated addition, right? Oh, now you can see the Y letter is repeated for 3 times, but it's about addition, right? Okay, first, let's try to forget about this y. Imagine you have £1 coin, again another £1 coin, and also again another £1 coin. Then what will be the total if you add all three coins together? That's right, it's going to be £3. Just like that way, use the same logic here. Then y plus y equals to what? 3y. Well done. Okay, one of my student, when I was trying to explain this lesson to one of my private tutoring student, he gave me like this way. Okay, I will write it here. Y plus y equals to 3 times y. Do you think that this answer is actually a correct format answer? No. Why? The reason is multiplication is written without the multiplication sign. So you can't keep a multiplication sign. Therefore, this answer is wrong. But the first one is, I mean the way I did, it's correct, right? This one is correct. Okay, well done. Now we are moving on to our example 3. It's about powers. So I will take each example, then explain you. A multiplied by A. So what you can see here is the same letter is repeated for 2 times in this scenario, but it's about multiplication. So in this way, we are going to give like A to the power of some value. A to the power of some value. Therefore, that the power is decided by looking at the letter and also the times that same letter repeated. That means the number of times that letter repeated. So here the A is repeated for 2 times, therefore the power should be A to the power of 2. Imagine if the A is repeated for 4 times, then what will be the power here? It should be 4. Well done. B. A times A times A. That means A multiplied by A multiplied by A. So here the letter A is repeated for 3 times but using the multiplication. So therefore, what will be the power? Yep. Almost closer. Excellent. It's going to be A to the power of 3. Well done. C. Oh. A to the power of A times B. Hmm. Now we can see like there's a problem, right? Because we know A and A, so we can combine them together, but B is not a common letter because both of them are different letters, right? Okay, first let's try to combine what we know. So A times A gives A squared multiplied by B, then what would be the answer? A squared B. If you don't know like unknown terms, simply what you need to do is just keep it like that way, the same way that they were. Okay, so it's going to be A squared. Okay, let's move on to the second example. A divided by B. It's about division, right? So we need to convert this A divided by B into an algebraic notation. So when it comes to algebraic notation, A divided B cannot be represented like this way when it comes to algebraic notation. So what you need to do is you're going to use it as a fraction. So it's going to be A divided by B. Now you're thinking, how did I use A above, B below? Why can't it be like B above and A below? I will explain. The reason is the first number is going to be the numerator in the fraction, and the second is going to be the denominator. So if you are trying to divide the number by another number, the number that you try to divide, I mean the number that you are using here is to divide this number. So this b is actually going to be the denominator and this a is going to be the numerator. So always keep it in your mind. First letter or first number is going to be the numerator. Second letter or the number is going to be the denominator. Okay, now it's about guided practice. So earlier I was trying to explain you. Now you can do it with me. Okay, if you get something wrong, you can look at my answers, then make it correct and move on. Okay, so I will take the first example. A. So x multiplied by x. Earlier also we discussed the same letter is repeated, but here it's two times when it but with multiplication, so it's going to be x to the power of 2. B 5 times a. When it comes to multiplication, we are going to remove this multiplication symbol, so it's going to be 5 times a, 5a. See, b plus b plus b plus b. That means it's like adding 1, 1, 1, 1 together. What will be the answer? If you add 1, 1, 1 together, 1, 1, 1, 1 together, it's going to be 4. So b plus b plus b plus b is going to give you 4b. Well done. Okay, now it's about the second guided practice question set. In that one, we need to identify the coefficient in. Okay, before that I will again remind you what did we learn. Okay, so I will start from the first one, 7x. So this x is a letter, so that letter is a variable. The number in front of a variable is going to be what? The coefficient. The coefficient. Okay, if so, then what will be the coefficient of this 7x? That's going to be 7. What about this 3y divided by 4? Yep, the number in front of the variable, here variable is y, then the number in front of the variable is 3 out of 4, 3/4, right? So 3/4. What about this? 3x squared. What's the variable here? X squared, right? Not x squared. So then what will be the coefficient? Excellent, that's going to be 3. Well done. Okay, so this is about independent practice. So you need to try it by yourself. So just give it a try, give your best. I will attach the answers for these two questions. I mean, like for the rewrite using algebra and also the write the meaning of. I will attach the answers in the comment section so you can check it and keep continuing, right? Okay, this is also going to be another homework for you, exam style questions, but made according to the GCSE format. So I added here two questions. Question 1 as a write the expression for 5 times number n added to 3. You can try it by yourself. It doesn't matter if you take more time or less time. Just think and do it, okay? So if you get stuck, as a hint I gave here, go back to the previous slides and come back again, because in the previous slides I really explained about those basic points, right? So question 2 is going to be about a MCQ question. Which of the following is correct algebraic notation? By looking at these answers, here it's x times x, here it's 2 times y, here it's x squared, and the last one is going to be y plus y. So you just take an idea and see which one is the correct answer. So I will give the answers for these two questions also in the comment section, right? Okay. Okay. No. The lesson is not over yet. Before we go, let's look at common mistakes we do. So the reason is, like I also told you earlier that when I was tutoring my students, I found so many mistakes that they are doing when it comes to algebra. So from that, I took a bit of summary so I can teach you so you won't keep doing them back again and again. Okay, so some of the students are thinking like x plus x is equals to x squared. Actually, it's not, because if you need to write x plus x, it gives 2x. But if you want to get x to the power of 2, then it should be x multiplied by x. Okay, then 3 times y. So, as I told you earlier, in algebraic notation, 3 times y is not the correct format. It should be 3y by removing the multiplication sign. Okay, and the last one, a squared. A squared is not actually equals to a. A squared is equals to a multiplied by a. And also, if you want to get 2a, then 2a can be equals to a plus a. So that's it. Like you can take a look back again. So don't try to make these mistakes. It's okay to make these mistakes, but by looking at them, try to make them correct. Okay. So I hope that you got the idea, and I will see you on next video. Thank you so much.